Oh my, it's Friday. I had the snowblower out yesterday and the night before, and I think I'll have to break it out Saturday and Sunday because we got more snow coming. We got about 5 inches or so overnight the other night. So Michigan, it's winter. It can be expected. However, I got some fun stuff to talk about because yesterday I got 2 emails that were quite funny. And I used to talk about the emails I get quite a bit because unfortunately, I've got some net presence. I'm on the internet. And because of that, I get a lot of emails. And unfortunately, there are web crawlers and things that look for email addresses. They scrape those addresses, and next thing you know, you're on some list someplace with millions of other people, and you're getting just bombarded with emails. And the sad part about this is that because I have more than one email address out there, I get a lot of emails where it shows up in all my email boxes. And so you know that somebody's bombarding the world with spam when you get the exact same spam in different mailboxes at the exact same time. And the funny part is that I routinely get these emails that, and this is a phishing expedition. This is not spam where they're trying to sell me something. It's spam where they're trying to rip me off because they're trying to hack into my email. But I got this email yesterday on each of my main accounts that I use. And it says, Roundcube email deactivation for, and it lists one of my emails. And it says, dear, and it misspells my name. This is to inform you that on Thursday, February 13th, which is behind us now, Roundcube will discontinue support on your account security if you choose not to update your account on or before Thursday, February 13th, 2025, comma, you will not be able to read and send emails, and you will no longer have access to many of the latest features for improved conversation, contacts, and attachments. And then there's a thing that says update your account. And see, if you click there, it's going to say what's the name of your account, and you type it in. What's your password, and you type it in. And nothing happens. And you go, nothing happens. And of course, these people would then have my password, and they could get into my account and do whatever they wanted to do there. It says take a MINS, M-I-N-S, take a MINS to update your account for a faster, safer, and full-featured Roundcube webmail experience. Thank you, the Roundcube member service. And of course, they're telling me it'll be safer if I let them hack my account. So that, of course, is comedy gold because on my other account, I got one that says, Dear Steve, and they misspelled my name. I kid you not. I'm not going to get into it here because it's not important. This is to inform you that on Thursday, February 13th, Roundcube will discontinue support if you choose not to update, blah, 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 blah. It's verbatim the other email. And I should let you know, and I've mentioned this before, that I've got people I work with, and primarily one of my email accounts, which I've used now for well over 20 years, is with a provider where I can literally pick up my phone and call and get the owner of the company on the phone. The owner will answer my call and say, what do you need? And I can say, I'm having trouble with my email. And the owner will say, what can I do for you? Let's resolve this right now. And I purposely did that because, I don't know, if I had a Gmail account, I'm not sure I can do that, get the owner on the phone. And the other account, which is not quite as old, is the exact same situation with a different company. And so a while back, I was talking to somebody about something, and I decided I needed a second email address and some other issues on the internet, and another person that I deal with. Both of them are Michigan-based, and neither of them would be sending me emails with my name misspelled. So the main reason I'm talking about this, besides I find it amusing on some level, is there are people out there who don't know that this stuff happens. And this stuff, by the way, looks fairly good. They use the logos of Roundcube, and Roundcube actually is some kind of entity involved in email. But the point is that it's very easy to make this stuff. It's the same reason that many people get these emails from their bank. There's been a problem with your account. You need to log in right now and reset your password. And they use the logos of the bank. And of course, you get one of these a day from a different bank every day of the year. And eventually you get one from your bank. And if they get lucky, someone may go, oh my gosh, what's happening? I need to log in and check my password or whatever. So I got those two yesterday, which I found amusing. But I also get quite a bit still the search engine optimization emails. I get probably 50 or 60 a day where I get these emails and they actually go through phases. I used to get the one that just says, hey, website owner, we can help you with your search engine optimization where we can get your website ranking higher on all the search engines. And that's what they did years ago. And I got so sick of those. I did videos about this where I would say, call me immediately. And I discovered that the people sending the emails were marketers who then sold their leads lists to other people because when I said, call me immediately, I'd get called a month later. And I used to just mess with these people. I'd say, I'm curious, why are you calling me now? When did I talk to your representative? Oh, a month ago. I go, oh, call me immediately means wait a month? Well, we're on the phone now. But the funny part is that over time, these bombarding emails that they send have apparently stopped working because now they're trying all kinds of other things. So I routinely get things where the subject line is tomorrow's meeting or that message I left you or something where you're to go, what? And they're hoping you click on it and they're like, your website needs search engine optimization. And so I'm still annoyed by these, but I don't want to do the call me immediately because it just makes my phone ring off the hook a month later. So I've started responding in non-committal ways. And I routinely get one that says, you apparently are unaware of this, but your website cannot be found by somebody using a search engine. It literally does not rank at all. Search engines do not know you exist. I mean, I guess if you're desperate, you'll say anything, right? And so in response to that, I write, ha, 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 H-A space, H-A space, H-A. No period, though, because in my mind, it goes on forever. And now I get these phone calls, and they're hilarious because I don't answer them. I let them go to voicemail when it's a blocked email, or excuse me, a blocked phone number, or something that's clearly like, they're calling me from the Philippines or something. And yes, and I can't do the accent, and by the way, I'd be insulting. I won't do it. But they're usually heavily accented. And I got one yesterday. Yes, I'm responding to an email that you sent in response to my associates who contacted you. And my associate pointed out that your website is not visible to search engines. And you responded, ha, ha, ha. And I believe that means you want to speak to us because you desire our services. If you don't understand that I'm laughing at you when I write ha, 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 don't consider yourself a speaker of my language, okay? Don't. It's just, and the funny part is I get that phone call about once a week now because I respond to all of these ha, 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 ha. And what's funny is I've spoken to people now who know how this system works, and they say these people are just literally blasting out millions of spam a day. Millions. Anybody who responds, if it comes into their inbox, they have programs set up to just take those and make that a good response. They then sell the good responses to people like the guy who called me yesterday. And so he paid money for a response from a guy who said, ha, 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 in response to, you need my help. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, yes, you talked to my associate and responded, ha, 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 whatever that means. But I also have to point out that I mentioned that they've evolved their pitch over the time period that we've been talking about here, last 10 years or so. Probably longer than that, but I've been complaining about it in the 10 years I've been on YouTube. And I actually got one the other day where a guy said, assuming it's a guy, but it could be a woman, I guess, but the writer of the email said, I found your website. I'm not even really sure how I found it because it looks to me like you're trying to hide your website. Did you know that? Because most people, when they put their website on the internet, want it to be seen. And it looks like you're purposely keeping a low profile so nobody can find you. Are you aware of that? And the guy actually ended by saying, are you aware of the low profile that you have on the internet? If I've got a low profile on the internet, I'd like to see what a good profile looks like, because I have an internet presence. I have a few viewers on YouTube. I've got a couple followers on Twitter. I've got one or two friends on Facebook. And if you search all the key terms I'd like you to search, you'll find me. It's almost impossible to find you. And so I wasn't sure if that was intended as an insult, or if that's simply just somebody who wants me to call up and go, no, I'm all over the internet. Well, while I've got you, let's fine tune a couple things. And I've mentioned this story before, years and years and years ago. I had a guy call me after I wrote the Call Me Immediately. And I go, I don't need your help. And the guy goes, why'd you write Call Me Immediately? And I said, I'm sick of these emails. He goes, well, I didn't send the email. I said, I know that. A marketer sent it and you bought it, right? And he goes, yes. And he admitted to me, he goes, I paid $400 for this lead. Now, I don't think the leads cost $400 anymore, because the leads are worthless. However, one guy years ago told me he paid $400 for the lead that he got when I responded, call me immediately, to somebody sending out spam. However, I also get, and this is annoying, I get phone calls, and it's the same company, and they also email me. And the email will read, Dear Steve, we are a company that buys and sells domain names. And right now, Michigan Debt Consumer Collection Lawyer.com is available. We only need $8,000 for it. But if you give us $8,000, we will sell you the domain name, Michigan Debt Consumer Collection Lawyer.com. Do you want it? No. Why would I want that? Well, don't you do debt consumer collection lawyer, Michigan business? Isn't that what you do? No, it's not. And I've had people send me, and what's funny is there's this thought process that you want to have a domain name that covers what you do, ideally, and you want it to be memorable, and a few other things. You want people to know it's you when they land on your site. And so I've had people complain and say, Steve, Lehto's Law is not that good of a domain name. But I, unfortunately, didn't jump on the domain name wagon fast enough to get Lehto.com, but people would complain about that because it's hard to spell. LemonLaw.com was grabbed by some guys I know back in Pennsylvania. And, so I'm not going to grab, Michigan Consumer Lemon Law Lawyer Car Defender Guy.com, because after you add one or two words, it gets word soup. You can't do anything with it. But they'll actually call me up and go, well, Steve, we've got divorce attorney, Oakland County, Michigan.com. Do you want it? Why would I want that? It's a good domain name. I don't do divorce work. Wouldn't you like some? And that's another problem, is that the marketers who are trying to sell the domain names don't understand how attorneys market themselves. And a lot of those people, I'm talking about the people who sell domain names, think that lawyers would take anything that walked in the door. The hard part's getting to walk in the door. And it's not anything that walks in the door. It's specific things. I want people to call me because they have a defective new car. Now, defectivenewcarlawyer.com? Don't want it. Because that's not what someone's going to be searching on the internet. They're going to be searching for a Michigan lemon law lawyer. They're going to type in Michigan lemon law lawyer, and they're going to hit enter and see who they get. So those are the kinds of things I have to put up with. But sadly, like I said, my inbox of both emails just gets buried. And I spend a lot of the day just throwing out the garbage. And much of it now is directed straight into the garbage. But it's kind of funny because I'll look in the garbage and I'll see the things, like I said, from Round a Cube saying that your email is going to get turned off yesterday if you don't respond right now and give us your password. And I know full well that if the person who runs my first email address wanted to talk to me, she'd call me because she has the number to this phone. And likewise, if the guy who runs my email at the second email wanted to talk to me, he'd call me because he has the number to the cell phone as well. So there you go. I should entitle this, Set Up Your Own Website and Have Fun, because that's what I do. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.